Judicial Watch, a constitutionally conservative nonprofit educational foundation, has new evidence in the Lerner case. Documents they've just obtained from the Department of Justice show that IRS official Lerner met with Department of Justice's Election Crimes Division 1 month before the 2010 elections. The Justice Department has withheld more than 800 pages of documents in the Lerner investigation, citing, quote, taxpayer privacy and deliberative privilege. Judicial Watch says the DOJ can't be trusted to investigate IRS abuses because, quote, these new documents dramatically show how the Justice Department is up to its neck in the IRS scandal. And joining us now is Director of Research and Investigations for Judicial Watch, Chris Farrell. Thanks for joining us today.
Great to be on. Thanks.
Chris, what is your concern with these newly discovered 2010 meetings between Lerner and the DOJ?
It's part of a continuing pattern and practice, frankly, of lying on the part of the IRS and Department of Justice. These new documents detail the fact that Lois Lerner was in contact with the DOJ seeking criminal prosecution of various groups 2 years before they had previously ever admitted wrongdoing. They fessed up to the 2012 contact and admitted that that was unlawful, all the while knowing that this same relationship, this same contact had been going on for 2 years prior. And they never mentioned a word. They didn't breathe a syllable of any kind of indication that they were involved in these contacts and these discussions. It's criminal. They're deliberately lying to the court.
Yeah, really fascinating, and no one would have known, of course, if you hadn't asked to see these documents. The DOJ is citing taxpayer privacy for refusing to turn over hundreds of pages of emails. How likely is that those emails will ever resurface?
I think they will, because I think that the IRS and the Department of Justice have both demonstrated bad faith to the court. This is an ongoing series of lies. And, you know, every time they're caught, they say, gee, we're sorry. They're not really sorry. They're sorry that they got caught, frankly. And then they go on to give you another example of how they're being disingenuous. So there's layers of an onion here. And more that we peel down, the more we discover. Much like the 2,500 taxpayer records that magically found their way into the White House. They still haven't described or explained that adequately.
Are you at all hopeful with a new head of the DOJ coming in that things might change here, that the DOJ might cooperate with this investigation more fully?
I don't believe so, because frankly, I think the president's choices for who's going to be attorney general are ideologically driven. So these are people for whom the facts are very inconvenient, because they have this grand vision of fundamental transformation that they're committed to. So, you know, their view is, look, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet, and they're going to accomplish their ideological objectives over their constitutional duties.
At the end of the day here, Lerner met with the Election Crimes Division, a section of the government designated to combat corruption of elected officials. What should the American public take away from this at this point in time?
That there should have been grand juries formed long ago to look into all these matters. There is evidence of criminal activity. That there is a conspiracy afoot of senior government officials who are either deliberately withholding information or there's really a question of, well, are you negligent or are you complicit? Were you involved in it and participating in it and now you're covering up? Or were you so completely out to lunch you didn't realize that this was happening under your very nose?
All right, Chris Farrell, thanks so much for your insights and your time.
Thank you.